Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we are opening up some Weiss Schwarz product. So we have 3 sealed boxes, a Revue Starlight, as well as a trial deck. I actually already opened this trial deck earlier, but we are going to open it so you can see the ratios, kind of decide if you want to buy 1 trial deck or do you need 2. Do you need any of the cards in here? So we'll go ahead and just open this for an example. But I'm actually really excited about these 3 boxes because for this set specifically, they introduced a rarity called Starlight Rarity, which is a hand-signed alternate art card that is very limited quantities. So there are 9 total characters that are getting these Starlight Rares, and then each one of those characters only has 100 copies of STRs floating out there in the world. So I don't know if this set's going to be reprinted anymore because technically speaking, all the STRs have already been packaged, been sent out. So I don't know what the plans are for reprinting on this set, but it's actually just really, really exciting. There are so slim chances to get it. It's 1 every master case, I believe, which is 1 every 32 boxes. And we only have 3 boxes sitting right here. So our chances of hitting one are actually pretty low. I believe if it's just by random chance, assuming that the card hasn't already been pulled or something like that, there is a 1 in 12 chance that one of these boxes will have it, or at least that among these 3 boxes there will be 1 Starlight Rare. So I'm actually really excited for this. I just finished this anime a few weeks ago, so we'll go ahead and put these off to the side for now, and then we will crack open the trial deck and you can kind of see the ratios, because I feel like whenever I look for this stuff online, it doesn't show you like the ratios of stuff. So let's go ahead and remove this. This is our nice little playmat, kind of gives you some of the rules, the cards, and then we will open this guy up. This little plastic thing. I like this actually. It used to be like a 2-piece thing, but I like that it's a 1-piece thing now. They have this nice little styrofoam piece to make sure the deck's not just sliding around. Alright, so let's go ahead and remove this packaging right here. I literally put it back exactly the way I got it. So we're getting 2 SRs right off the bat. We get Exchanging Fate, Hikari, and Karen, as well as the Path to Becoming Top Star. These are 2 foils that are automatically put in the deck. Then we are also going to get 2 copies of Sword Fight Challenge Futaba. Let's see if I can get a good zoom on that. 2 copies of that. We are getting 2 copies of Natural Born Lady Karuko. We are getting 2 copies of A Stage for Us Only Nana. We are getting 2 copies of Actor Training Department Lesson. We are getting 2 copies of Natural Stage Girl Hikari, which is pretty good. It's alright. During your turn, it gets 1,000 power, and then when it becomes reversed, it can bomb anything that is level 1 or lower, which is pretty sweet. This is another copy, so we got 4 total copies of Exchanging Fate, which is good because it's the climax combo at level 1. You get 4 copies of that. Pretty decent stuff. We get 2 copies of Obvious Response Mahiru, 2 copies of Barrette of Promise, 3 copies of the Path to Becoming Top Star, which again is this card right here. So we have 3 regular copies and 1 SR. We get 2 copies of Interest in the Exchange Student Claudine, 2 copies of Feelings About Starlight Juna, 2 copies of Etude with the Exchange Student Maya, 2 copies of Intense Brilliance, 2 copies of the Stage of Fate Futaba, 2 copies of the stage, wait a minute, we got 1 copy here, but we'll get to that in a bit. 2 copies of the Stage of Fate Nana, 2 copies of the Stage of Fate Hikari, 2 copies of the Stage of, 4 copies of the Stage of Fate Mahiru. I think I just got too accustomed to saying 2 copies. We got 2 copies of the Stage of Fate Karen, 2 copies of the Stage of Fate Maya. I just realized the zoom is not really working to my favor. 2 copies to the Stage of Fate Juna, 2 copies to the Stage of Fate Claudine. I don't know why it's not getting like a good zoom. I always have a hard time with the zoom here. And the reason we only had the 1 Karuko is because we did end up with the Triple R, which was pretty sweet. This card's actually not too bad, where when this card is put into your waiting room from this stage, you can pay 1 and put the top card of your deck into your clock. Then you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 character among them, and then you put it into your hand after revealing it to your opponent. So super sweet stuff. Let's actually put that in a nice little penny sleeve here. I feel like one of the best investments I ever made for card games was buying like 1,000 of these penny sleeves, I believe for only like $8 off of Amazon. It was like a pack. So pretty sweet stuff. We'll put that in the corner there just to kind of display it. Just as a heads up, I am getting over being sick, so I have this really nasty cough going. So I will be taking occasional breaks to drink water, like right now. Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, it is not fun getting sick. So we'll go ahead and put these off to the side. And I guess we'll put the top of this here so you guys can just kind of see it in the corner there. Alright, so let's get cracking. So before I even get started, so me and a few buddies kind of put a wager on which box would have a Starlight Rare. And of course there's the chance that none of them will have it, which I'm totally willing to accept if it happens. So I said this box would have the Starlight Rare. My friend Raymond said this box would have the Starlight Rare. And then my friends Oscar and Brian said this one would have the Starlight Rare. So we will go ahead and open Raymond's box first. So let's go ahead and put these two to the side for now and get cracking here. Alright. There we go. Alright, first Revue Starlight box ever. The only time I've ever gotten Revue Starlight otherwise was as tournament packs, like as entry packs, things like that. So this is my first actual box for opening Revue Starlight. Alright, so let's go ahead and take these guys out. So we've got 20 packs here, and the promo we get is, oh, this is actually the good one. So this is a Lunchtime Mahiru. Let's see if we can get a good zoom. I know the plastic is kind of messing it up. I don't want to, like, actually, let's just take it out. Let's just take it out, because this is actually a really good card, in my opinion. It could be sort of staple-ish, based on what build you're playing. Okay, so pay 1, and then put 1 card from your hand into the waiting room. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose 1 Revue character in your waiting room, return it to your hand. Choose 1 of your other Revue characters, and that character gets plus 1,000 power to the end of turn. So it's not a drop searcher, but it's like a drop salvager. And on top of that, you also give something 1,000 power for the turn, which is pretty exciting. Alright, so this is kind of strange because I watched like a case opening of this, and it looks like the ratios for this, you get 2 foils per box. There are, I believe, 3 SPs and 2 SSPs, and I didn't see anyone ever pull into a, oh, the giraffe is good. I didn't see anyone pull into the Starlight Rare, unfortunately, so I'm not really sure how that works. Oh, hey, this is a good start. So we start with a double R. This is going to be our level 1 combo where on reverse you get to search. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty standard level 1 combo. But that is going to be our first double R for the box, which I believe it's 5. 5 double Rs per box plus 2 foils, whatever they may be. So they could be Starlight. I don't know if it could be Starlight Rares or if the Starlight Rare just kind of inserts itself randomly. But super excited to see how this all plays out. So we'll just kind of flip through the comments for now. Because I actually looked into the set to kind of see what I wanted to build my deck around. Right now I'm either looking at like yellow-red or red-blue, I believe. But pretty cool stuff. Here's our first rare. We've got my own Shine Futaba, which I believe is the wind on play. Let's see. When this card is placed on the stage from the hand, draw up to 2 cards. Put 1 card in your hand and put it into your waiting. Choose 1 card in your hand. Sorry. So it's draw 2. And then you put 1 card from your hand into the waiting room. And then when this card attacks, you can pay 1 and put 1 card from your hand into the waiting room. If you have another character with Kawarko in its name in the middle position of center stage, you can pay the cost, and then you deal 1 damage to your opponent, and this card pumps itself up by 1,000, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Alright, let's keep trucking. See, I don't want to, like, rip this. I don't want to, like, rip these packs open, and then if there's a Starlight Rare in there, it's like, oh my gosh, I could have damaged the Starlight Rare. And then everyone would watch, and they'd be like, oh my gosh, what is this guy doing? He doesn't know what he's doing. Alright, so these are uncommons. Oh, we got our first foil. So we got an SR, Rebirth Shine Hikari. This is going to be the level 1 climax combo for her. Let's actually try to get a good zoom there. I actually like this because it's like alternate alternate art. Alright, for some reason the zoom's not working. I gotta figure out a good zoom camera for card recordings, because I feel like that's where it always suffers, is the camera zoom. There we go. Nice little look at that there. So that is our first foil. Let's hope we got another one in here. Something good, because the case opening I watched, actually, there was 1 box specifically that had no foils in it, I believe. Like, literally 0 foils. So I don't know how to interpret that. I don't know if I should be scared. We hit at least 1 foil, so that's a good sign already that we hit at least 1. But there should be 2 in here. All right, so here are our commons. I don't believe we play anything from the commons. I don't remember, but I don't believe so. My Own Shine, Mahiru, this one's pretty good. It is a nice little early out when there are 2 or less climaxes in your waiting room. And then when it's placed on the stage from your hand, you look at X cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 card among them, put it in your hand where X is the number of review characters you have. Pretty decent card for fishing out like climax combos and things like that. Night of the Star Festival, pretty solid climax combo where you actually get to use it with 2 different cards. 1 at level 1 and then 1 at level 3. So pretty cool stuff there. Alright, let's just kind of fill through the comments so that you can kind of just see the artwork. Appreciate if you like it. And then let's keep trucking along here. Okay, so this is actually another good one. I believe this is actually the level 1 that climaxes with the Night of the Star Festival. So this card gets plus 500 power for each of your other review characters. And then climax combo, when this card attacks, if that climax combo is in your climax area, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a review character, put it into your hand. So pretty much a guaranteed way of trying to get cards to hand. Especially nowadays that there are some decks, I guess specifically I'm talking about AOT, where it tries to prevent you from getting reverses. So that's actually pretty good. I actually really like that climax combo. That might be the one that I actually play in my deck. Alright, so those are the commons. Here are the uncommons. And then our second double R, which is going to be Where the Flower Blooms Hikari. This is the one that has the bodyguard effect. Let's try again, get a good zoom so you can see it there. It has like a neat little climax combo with the Karen where it like pumps itself up for the turn and then it also deals 1 damage. There's a lot of text here. So if you want to read this, definitely like pause the video or look up the card. But I actually kind of like this effect, to be honest. Like it's one of the reasons I'm thinking about playing red because I kind of like this effect. I believe it's 6 total attacks that you get off with red. But I definitely know a lot more people that like playing the yellow build. So 2 double R's right now. We've got 3 left, as well as hopefully 1 more foil. And we'll see what we can get. Alright, so let's filter through the commons. Again, you can take a look at those. Our 2 uncommons. And our third double R, we have Person by Your Side, Mahiru. Maybe it's because there's a lot going on in the background. Let's go ahead and stop that and get a good zoom. Okay. So this is a pretty decent card where when this card is placed on the stage from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is level 2 or higher, put it in your stock, so it's potentially like a free stock. And then when this card becomes reversed, if the battle opponent is level 0 or lower, you may reverse that character. So it gets rid of the big bulky things. It's your staple level 1 bomber. Pretty good level 1, level 0 bomb. Pretty good stuff. Nice little tech to have when there are some decks that run around with really big, beefy level 0s. It's a good way of getting around them. Pairs super well with Clean Cut, but I believe there's no Clean Cut in this set. But let's see, because I believe they're coming out with more cards for this in November in JP. So we'll see if we get that here in the global side. Alright, so our rare is going to be the Sudden Closeness Karen and Mahiru. Nothing too crazy if I remember that card correctly. Yeah, it's going to be, if you have 2 or more other review characters, it gets plus 2,000 power with Hand-On Core. But that's just not too good because you have to pay 1 cost to get it out. That's cost that you could be using for something else that is potentially and very likely more useful. Here are 2 uncommons, and then we have Ready to Challenge the Stage, Claudine, as well as Top Star as our climax. Alright, let's try and pick up the pace just a little bit here. So again, the commons just for your viewing pleasure. After this first box, we're probably just going to skip the commons altogether and then go from there. So our rare is going to be Outstretched Hand Karen Ijo. This is going to be when you play this card, you pay 2 and then discard 2 from your hand. And if you do search your deck for up to 2 review characters, reveal them to your opponent, put them into your hand, and then this card gets plus 3,000 power till the end of turn. Kind of like a drop searcher, but the problem with it is that you have to pay 2. So I feel like for drop searches, you really only want to be paying 1. You're really only looking for 1 card. So I don't know if there was ever really a moment where I was like, man, I really wish I could search out like 2 cards by paying 2 stock right now. It's usually like I want to look for 1 specific card and go from there. So this is a neat little card that changes into the level 3 Karuko when it's, I believe, frontal attacked. Let's see. Yeah, during the turn that this card is frontal attacked at the beginning of the Encore step, you can change it out, which is pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Because then you get out the level 3 cancel burn twice Karuko card, which is, again, probably the best finisher in this set. But I still kind of like my red. Maybe it's because Hikari is my favorite character, so we'll see how that all works out. Our rare is going to be Pajama Party Maya, and then 2 Greater Heights as the climax. So we should hopefully, again, have 1 more foil coming our way, as well as 2 more double Rs. Again, the commons, just for now, Giraffe, pretty decent. Lets you kind of top check as you go along. And then our 4th double R is going to be Noble Will Claudine, as well as Reprise as our climax. All right, so we've got 1 double R left, as well as hopefully one more foil coming our way. And let's hope it's an SP or an SR. That'd actually be pretty sweet. I know they're not particularly like great, but it's always nice drawing into SPs. I've never seen someone who's been super upset drawing into an SP. How many packs we got left? We got 6 packs left. 6 packs left, and then like 2-ish hits potentially sitting in here. All right, so let's go ahead and skip these guys. So we'll start skipping the commons because you've seen them all before. We've got My Own Shine Karuko. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, choose one of your characters, and that character gets the following ability till the end of the opponent's next turn. This card cannot become reversed by auto effects, and then pay 1, tap self, brainstorm for salvage. Pretty good stuff. That's actually, I feel like pay 1, tap self is the brainstorm you want to be having right now. Because sometimes you just need that second rest for something else. All right, let's skip all the commons. Here are 2 uncommons. Oh, this is what we want to see. This is the Riki for the deck. It's such good stuff. Let's go ahead and get a good zoom on here. This is the staple level 0. No matter which deck you're playing, you're likely playing 4 of this. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, look at the top card of your deck. Put it on the top of the deck or in the waiting room. And then when this card is placed on the stage from your hand, you may pay the cost, which is pay 1, and then clock yourself 1 from the top of your deck. If you do, choose 1 level 1 or lower character in your waiting room and return it to hand. Really, really decent effect. I have no complaints about this card. It's probably, I think it's the most expensive double R in the set, actually. I think clocking at about $14 right now. But yes, I feel like you always want to place it of this. So we are out in terms of double Rs, but let's hope we've got either an SP or another foil or a Starlight rare coming our way. Commons, uncommons, and then we have My Own Shine Hikari, which I considered playing for a bit, but after, like, you know, figuring out my ratios and stuff, it just ended up not making the cut, unfortunately. All right, let's get past the commons. Here are the commons. Here are the uncommons. And then we have My Own Shine Juna as our rare. 2 more packs left. We only pulled 1 foil from this box. Let's hope it's not going to be a disappointing box. All right, here we go. So 4 commons out, 2 uncommons. And then we have our own stage, Mahiru. I'm losing my voice. Oh, my gosh. Oh, boy. Last pack. Let's hope it's not just the 1. I'd be really sad if it was just the 1. All right, so we know it's going to be the second to last card, so we might as well just do like this. Get rid of the 4 commons here. 2 uncommons. Our climax is going to be My Best Self and just a regular rare. 2 become 1, Karen and Hikari. Pretty solid stuff. Let's go ahead and put our bulk off to the side here. And then let's just line this up as our rares, our double Rs, and let's put the climaxes off to the side too. Okay, so 1 foil so far, which is pretty upsetting actually, Goodness. All right, so let's open up our next box. So pretty upsetting box. We only got one foil, which I believe is below par, actually. So we just picked a bad box, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and crack open the second box and see how this goes. Again, we're hoping for one Starlight Rare. If we can get one Starlight Rare, no matter who it's of, that's already like a super hit right there. So here are our 20 packs. Our promo is going to be the Hikari, so let's go ahead and put that there. All right, I need to find a way to put all this stuff together. Let's just put it right here. All right, cool. Oh, I have a good feeling about this pack. So second box, let's see what we got. Commons. Oh boy, we're going to have to do some finagling here to make this work. Oh, all right, we got our SP. We got a SP. Let's hope it's not the only one. We got our SP My Nintendo level 1. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, look at up to 2 cards from the top of your deck and put them on the top of your deck in any order. When this card becomes reversed in battle, if that opponent is cost level 0 or lower, you can put that at the bottom of your opponent's deck. Super cool stuff. Gets rid of level 1s. So, wow. All right, we opened up into an SP. Again, nobody's ever complaining about getting SPs. But hopefully we still get a Starlight. I think the odds are, maybe they're 0. I don't know. If you pull an SP, can you get a Starlight Rare? I'm not sure if in the same box, but let's hope. We can always hope. All right. Commons. Let's get rid of these guys. Uncommons. And then we have My Own Shine Hikari, as well as Night of the Star Festival as our climax. Another giraffe. And then we got My Own Shine Juna, as well as The Stage Continues, nonetheless, as the climax. Oh, this is going to be another good pack. Because I feel like the packs where I get like really scared about almost clipping the bottom end up being good packs. But we'll find out. We'll find out right here. Commons. Oh, there's our first double R. We've got My Very Own Star Juna. I believe this is a tap self brainstormer where you get to search. Good stuff. And then at the beginning of your climax phase, you may look at the top card of your deck, but you have to return it exactly where you got it. Pretty good for kind of soul fixing, figuring out how you're going to attack. So good stuff. We got an SP as well as one double R on the board right now. Let's hope we've got another foil as well as 4 more coming along for the double rares. All right, our second double rare is going to be When the Flower Blooms Hikari. Again, it's got that bodyguard ability, which is pretty sweet. Unfortunately, it's not too bulky. It's not the Reinhardt from ReZero. So, still pretty cool. It's got a nice little ability. And Bodyguard, I believe, if your opponent has to attack it and you use a backup, it gets that power for the turn. So, pretty cool stuff if you're running it with a backup. All right, 4 commons, 2 uncommons, as well as a 2 become 1, Karen and Hikari. Pretty cool stuff. Again, I believe the ratios for SPs and SSPs is 3 SPs per case and then 2 SSPs per case. So here's a commons, uncommons, and good at cooking Nana, which is good. Again, we need 4 copies of that. I believe that's only my second one. All right. Here's our commons, uncommons, and then we got our Own Shine Futaba, as well as Top Star as our climax. I'm kind of scared, though, because we opened the SP. There's probably not an STR in here. We got My Own Shine Mahiru. Giraffe. That's such a creepy giraffe in that series. Oh my gosh. Sudden Closeness, Karen, and Mahiru as our rare. So this is my box. Sorry, this is the box I called having the STR, but I guess it just had the SP, which is not really too much to complain about. All right, so we got our first double R. Period, I want to protect Nana. Let's go ahead and put that in a nice little penny sleeve here. I actually wish we had the we got the SSP for the Hikari, because that one I actually like it. I like the way it looks. I think it's super cool. I think the SSPs look Just so cool with that extra like golden layering on the sides. They just look so nice. Commons, uncommons, and then for our rare, we got Leotard, Karen, and Hikari, which is pretty good. I believe it's a pay 1, rest off Brainstorm. Every climax you hit is draw 2, drop 1. Alright. Moving along here, we've got our commons, our uncommons, and then we've got Ready to Challenge the Stage, Claudine, as our rare. Alright, we got our commons here. We got another Giraffe. And then we got our fourth double R, our Flower Path Futaba, which is pretty cool considering that, again, it's like, I feel like this is the level 1 combo that a lot of people play. I might be playing the Good at Cooking Nana, but we'll see how our playtesting goes. It's just nice to have, like, guaranteed pluses, you know what I mean? Like, on reverse, pluses are great because they're usually a little bit more powerful, but at the same time, if they miss, it's like, it's a bad time. We got No Other Friend, Futaba, and Kawariko as our rare. So right now, we are at 1 foil and 4 double R's. So hopefully we got another foil coming down the way and 1 more double R. Alright, we got My Own Shine Maya, which is the same card actually, so let's take a good look comparing the two. So it's just like a zoomed out version, I suppose. Let's hope I don't lose my voice for the last box. Oh my gosh. Alright. Oh, I saw a foil. We got a Full of Fighting Spirit Futaba, which is going to be, if this card is in the middle position, center stage, it gets plus 3,000 power and 1 soul. Very easy condition to meet. And makes it really, really beefy, as well as hitting for like a decent amount of soul at the same time. This thing kind of takes care of itself. Alright, so there's our second foil. We got 1 more double R in the works. Let's see what we can get here. Alright, it looks like it's going to be in those last 2 packs. The rare we got in this one was Encore Karen Ijo. Let's see what we can get in these last 2. Maybe there's a Starlight rare, who knows? Let's get these 4 commons here. Looks like our last double R is going to be Person by Your Side Mahiru, which again is the level 0 bomb effect for getting rid of big towering things. So pretty good stuff. I'm glad I got at least 2 of these. I'm looking for more of the Karen Ijo though, the Riki effect one. Because that's probably the best double R. The one that's definitely going to be like helping you make your money back. This one should technically be nothing. We got My Own Shine Kawariko, which is actually not too bad. Alright, last box. Let's see if we can hit that Starlight rare. There we go. That's where I messed up. Alright, 1 more box. Here it is. This is the one that both Brian and Oscar said is going to have the STR. Let's see how it actually goes. If it has an STR, I'm going to lose my voice screaming. It's going to be wild. But we already pulled an SP, not an SSP, unfortunately. But we'll see how this box goes. Alright. The promo, we've got the Futaba and Kawariko. And here are our last 20 packs. I actually bumped everything here. Let's hope we can get the STR here. Oh, this first pack's got something. There's something planted in here. I think we could just do it this way. Yep, there's the first double R. Alright, first double R. Oh, I'm definitely losing my voice at this point. This is the perks of being sick, is that eventually it catches up to you if you try to narrate something. And it's actually why I haven't live streamed this week, is because my voice probably couldn't handle it, to be honest. So it's definitely going to be a tea and honey day a little bit later. Alright, second one. Nope, nothing. Let's go ahead and filter out the rest of the cards. This is a rare. So we hopefully have 2 more foils as well as 4 double R's coming our way in this box. Okay, so pretty decent card actually. During your turn, if you have another review character, this card gets plus 3,000 power. And then when this card attacks, you can pay 1 to double trigger check, which is pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking as much because I'm definitely starting to lose my voice. I could feel it. I'm sure you could hear it. So let's just scan these rares and go from there. I have a good feeling about this one. Okay, I actually needed this one. This is the one that climaxes with, actually, this card, where it lets you check the top 4 cards of your opponent's deck. Lets you put any of the ones you want from there into the waiting room, and then you reshuffle the other ones back in. I think that's actually the first one I hit. I don't remember seeing that card in this video yet. STR, not an STR. We can always hope. We can always hope and have dreams, right, guys? Oof. All right. Okay, here we go. This is the one. Boom. Oh, no, it's a foil. It's a foil that's not an STR. All right, we got Towards the Light, triple rare, which is not what we want to see. It is definitely not what we want to see. We want to see an STR come out. And I feel like usually if there's a triple rare, there's only going to be an SR at best remaining among the packs. I don't know if I've ever gotten a triple rare as well as an SP or anything in the same box. Okay, we got our second double R. We've got the Claudine. So we're hoping for another Karen. And I think that's actually all I need. Another Karen. Or at least it's probably one of the best things we can get from this right now. Alright. Okay, nothing good there. So right now we are at 2 double Rs. We are at 1 foil, unfortunately, which is the triple R climax. Kind of makes me feel like we're not going to hit the STR, but again, dreams. It's always important to have dreams. No. Okay, that's fine. So we got our third double R, which is not a Karen. I believe this is a tech of 1 or maybe 2 max in decks. So we have our 2 already. We actually got a third one because we already got one before. All right, here we go. We're dwindling down. We've got 1 more foil left as well as 2 more double Rs coming. Okay, not a double R. Let's go ahead and put this off to the side. Come on, Starlight Rare. Come on. Maybe, okay, so maybe if I flash this card real quick, because I actually want so the voice actress for her, which I am blanking on the name, Memori Suzuki. So I have a mono Umi deck, and I actually just want that card just for myself. I don't want to sell it. Like, I want to keep it. I want to have that as like a personal treasure. So let's see if we can hit it here. Nope, that's not it. Maybe if I just keep saying here every single time, it'll show up. It'll show up eventually, right? All right. How many more we got left? I believe we only got like 8 left. All right. Cool, cool. Nothing too crazy here. Just another rare. Come on, Starlight Rare. Hit us. Hit us like a ton of bricks. Ooh, all right. Now what we want to see as our double R, because it means we've only got 1 more, actually. We've got 1 more, and we kind of want it to be the Karen really badly. The level 0 Karen. All right. Here we go. Down to the last few. We've got hopefully 1 more foil and then 1 more double R. Let's see what we can hit. All right. Nothing crazy there. We're down to 5 more packs. Out of 3 boxes, we got 5 more packs left. Oh boy, this is getting wild. Okay. Nothing too crazy there. Oh, I'm really hoping we pull this STR. That'd be crazy. Out of 32 boxes, 1 of them had an STR. One of these 3 boxes had an STR. That'd be so nuts. Ah, there is our last double R going to the Futaba. Unfortunately, meaning that we are not going to get a level 0 Karen in here. We already hit our 5 double Rs for this box, meaning I'll probably have to just go buy the other 2 unless I feel like buying more boxes, which I kind of don't want to do, to be honest. Okay. Nothing crazy on that one. Come on, one more foil. Don't just be a bunch of boxes that only have, like, one additional foil. Okay. Just a regular rare. We got 2 more packs left. And I'd really hate for this to be just a single foil box, because I feel like the case video I watched had at least 2 per box. Ah, there it is. All right, so unfortunately, it looks like we are not getting the STR. We've got a SR Leotard, Karen, and Hikari. Let's go ahead and put this here. And then we got 1 pack left. Unless this is literally the pack of destiny, it's probably got nothing in it. So let's take a look at what we got. All right. Final one. Ah, nothing. That's really unfortunate. But you know what? I didn't have too many expectations because we only bought 3 boxes. So let's go ahead and just do a review of the important cards that we got per box. So let's go ahead and put these rares to the side. Just kind of peruse the rares that we got real quick, so we don't have to like put them in piles, go over every single one. So these are the rares I got. If you're kind of doing data at home, I believe I got like relatively 1 or 2 of each. I don't know how many I got, like 3 of really. And then in terms of the double R's, we got, let's see here. So we definitely got a weird spread. We got 3 Futabas. We got 3 Hikaris. We got 2 Claudines. 3 Mahirus. 2 Junas. 1 Nana. And then 1 of the level 0 Riki Karens. So overall, I'd probably say this is an okay video. Let's actually just go over our foils real quick one last time before we cut this video. So for SRs, we've got Leotard, Karen, and Hikari. We got Full of Fighting Spirit, Futaba. We got Rebirth Shine, Hikari. We got the triple R Towards the Light. And then we got an SP Mayatendo. Hang on, I need a little bit more water right now. All right, so unfortunately, I don't believe I broke even. We're looking at these being at, I believe, about $8 each. So we're looking at like 24 here. These are like $4 each. So 12, I believe these are like 7s, 14. These are, I believe, 10 each, so 30. Yeah, we definitely did not break even. But we are like super excited to be able to open some Revue Starlight packings. And yeah, that is all for now. It looks like the one real like okay chase card we got was this Mayatendo, which is just a regular SP, not an SSP. So I'm a little upset. But you know what? That's the luck of the draw. That's how opening boxes work. That's why buying singles is always a good way to go. All right, with that being said, that is the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If there are any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to drop them down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. But as always, everyone, until next time, take it easy.